Such Vidiocy.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Vidiocy. It's Alex along with Maddie, and today we are playing a brand new visual novel, Gym Beast, now available on itch.io for a pay what you want price. And also a little bit of a content warning. This is kind of 18 plus, a little more mature.
And isn't it ironic they have a picture of me on the cover screen here? Okay, so let's get into it.
Yeah.
We can't load a game because we haven't started one yet, so here we go. I turn to the car park of the gym. It's the first gym I've been to that is located in the middle of a forest, down a dirt path.
That's a gym. Looks pretty.
The car jolts to a stop as I pull into one of the available spaces. With a sigh, I grab my bag and get out of my beat-up car. The door creaks and closes with a thud as I slam it shut. Please enter your name.
What is our name, Maddie?
Well, my name is Maddie, as you said. Dylan and I use this name whenever we do Legend of Zelda playthroughs.
Okay.
Or we could just be Maddie if you want. Or we could be, Malexis. That'd be weird.
Oh, gosh.
It could be Alex if you want. I don't know. What do you want?
Oh, let's go with this name.
Alright. And can we let's get this right out of the way quickly. Is this kind of awkward for you since you're playing this with your dad?
We'll see.
Okay. So we'll be Vidiocy.
Yes.
The legend. Whoa, that was quick. What's going on? Okay. I look at the faded red paint, noting that it has started peeling when a loud horn blasts out behind me, making me jump. My keys and bag go flying out of my hands as I turn, coming face to face with a giant black Jeep. The man sitting behind the wheel with is gesturing angrily. Yeah, I'm not mistaken there. That
Okay.
reads awkwardly, right?
Yes.
The man sitting behind the wheel with is gesturing angrily.
I feel as though with shouldn't be there.
I can't see his face well as he is wearing oversized sunglasses, so I turn to see where he is pointing and realize that I am standing in front of the only space left. British spelling of realize? Grabbing my things off the ground, I wave my hand in an attempt to apologize and start towards the door. British spelling of apologize as well.
Nice. Are they spelled with Z's here?
Yeah.
Oh.
Should I have done this in a British accent?
I don't know.
Too late now.
British.
The gym is rather small, but seeing as the car park is full, I assume that it's widely popular.
This looks like a place that
As I approach the door, it swings
popular.
open, knocking me in the face. I blink in shock at the sheer bad luck I seem to be experiencing. Before I can do anything, though, there are suddenly two slender hands reaching out to grab my shoulders.
Is this a first handsome person? Oh,
I am so sorry. The young man in front of me manages to steady me before I can fall over. I look up to see two worried and brilliantly azure eyes staring at me. I take a second to glance over him. He is wearing a yellow hoodie with black tracksuit trousers that conforms to his body nicely, accentuating his slender frame.
That hoodie is very bright yellow. I like it, though.
My gaze is broken as someone coughs behind me. I pull back with a sheepish smile. Sorry, I should watch where I'm going. Nothing to apologize for. He lets out a cheeky grin. If I had to bump into anyone, at least it's someone with such good taste in clothes.
What are we wearing?
I look down and notice my football shirt and Nike shorts. Before I can say anything else, the person standing behind me interjects again. Both of you, move. The two of us jump slightly, realizing that we were blocking the doorway. The man behind me has a stern look as he waits for us to move. Oh, sorry, Andreas, I didn't see you there. The older man stays silent as he walks past us into the gym. Sorry about him, he's always moody before he gets in a workout. I'm Jonas, by the way. Nick or Joe. I'm Vidiocy.
Wait, what about Kevin?
I shake his hand, noting how smooth his skin is. Sorry about this, it isn't really the best day. I can see that. Jonas lets out a light chuckle. Are you new here? I haven't seen you before. I decided to join a gym, late New Year's resolution and all. You couldn't have chosen a better gym. Everyone is super nice and friendly here. He turns his head slightly and motions inside. Well, I mean, Andreas is different, but he means well. I snicker as I think of the stern-looking man. Even with such a harsh expression, he is a good-looking guy. A comfortable silence falls over us for a few seconds before I hoist my bag back over my shoulder. It's nice to meet you, but I should really get signed up. I give him a grin. Before I change my mind. Jonas pulls the door open. I don't know if I should read that. Jonas pulls the door open and jokingly bows. After you, good sir. I laugh as I start to walk into the gym. I'll catch up with you in the gym, I'm sure. I'm just waiting for Eric and his little mite. I nod and then head to the front desk.
I have a question, Maddie.
What?
How many visual novels have you played?
Well, does Terrain and Magical Experience count? That's an inside joke between me and Dylan. You and I played one together once. That's about it.
Which one did we play?
I'm not sure.
Was it Dream Daddy?
No.
No?
This is something on your phone a while ago. We did it on the podcast.
I have no memory of this. I have been playing visual novels for years.
Anchor.fm/lexicon podcast. Link in the description. The raven-haired woman behind the desk looks up as she hears me approaching. A wide smile takes over her face as she welcomes me into the gym. Are you saying I'm not playing it well enough?
Oh no, I was just curious of how many you've played. I've been playing a lot lately again.
Hi there, first time here? Can you tell? I smile sheepishly. What, will they stop using sheepishly, please? That's not easy to say, especially around smile.
Sheepishly?
I'd like to sign up if that's okay. Absolutely, just let me get you sorted. A little while later, I hear the front door being opened as suddenly a child's laughter fills the room. I turn to see Jonas trailing after a little boy who can't be any older than 8. They are talking animatedly between themselves. Walking behind them is a powerful-looking man. He towers over the two of them, and if not for the soft look on his face as he watches the little boy, he would appear extremely intimidating. His well-built and muscular body is framed by the tight tank top he is wearing. It does little to hide the definition of his muscles.
When do we get to see some more of these guys?
The desk clerk smiles in their direction as they enter.
Now we do.
Eric, perfect timing. She motions me to approach the desk. Eric, would you have time to show Vidioc here around the gym? It's no problem. Wait, that's too much like Maddie's or like Vidioc's voice. I should have just used my voice for Vidioc. I don't know why I want this extra voice. How do you see Eric sounding?
I have no idea.
It's no problem at all. He looks over at Jonas with an expectant look. I'm sure you won't mind looking after Lewis for a few minutes. Jonas grins as he ruffles the boy's hair. Of course not. Come on, Lewis. Before he leaves, he sends a wink to me over his shoulder. Good luck, Vidioc. Eric's the residential bodybuilder here. Pay him no mind. He pats his hand on my shoulder. So, shall I show you to the lockers? He walks off to the right, beckoning me forward when he notices I hadn't started to follow, my eyes still looking at Jonas. I followed behind Eric as he begins his tour. Ellipses. Half an hour later, and Eric is still showing me the sights. Not only has he been showing me every room, and I mean every room, he has been talking about all the little quirks that some of the machines have. Now over here, we have the running machines. Most of them work perfectly, except if you find yourself with only the treadmill on the left available. There's a little trick to making it work properly. Eric turns... Oh. Well, that's... Now am I supposed to know when it's the narrator and Vidioc narrating?
Interesting.
Eric turns to me and gestures me to come closer and look at what he's doing. He then fiddles with a couple of buttons, and then the machine starts speeding up. What? He fiddles, and then Eric... Read that, right? He then fiddles. It sounds like he's talking about Eric.
Uh-huh.
Even if it's the narrator talking about Eric, he then fiddles, the nebulous narrator that exists in most novels. He then fiddles with a couple of buttons, and then the machine starts speeding up, making Eric start jogging at a steady pace. He points a couple of buttons out to you. Well, who's the third he there? If Eric's jogging at a steady pace...
I assume it's Eric both jogging and...
I understand, but it just reads...
buttons.
He then fiddles with a couple of buttons as the machine starts speeding up.
It's one of those things where you're trying to avoid using the same set of pronouns repeatedly.
He then fiddles with a couple of buttons, and the machine starts speeding up. He begins jogging...
I have no idea. Okay, I don't do grammar.
It's the making part that's really throwing me off. If you had like a semicolon there, he then fiddles with a couple of buttons, and the machine starts speeding up. Semicolon. Eric starts jogging at a steady pace. I could buy that. But making Eric start jogging... He then fiddles with a couple of buttons, and then the machine starts speeding up. Even making doesn't even really work there. The machine starts speeding up, making him start jogging at a steady pace. Yeah, I would not have gone with Eric there. That's throwing me off. Anyway, the thing with this machine is that you have to press these two buttons at the same time to get it up to speed. Otherwise, the machine will not pick up speed.
Is this why you don't play a lot of visual novels? Because I have grammatical errors in many of them.
See, even this, it's like, is it the narrator or is it Vidioc? What's clear is Vidioc because it says calling me, but earlier it was third person.
No, that is different. I don't normally see...
He continues running for a few seconds before cheerfully calling me to the machine on his right. Okay, start running. We should do a warm-up. It's the most important part of a workout, after all. I'll take your word for it. I joke back before stepping onto the machine and getting started. By this point, Eric has moved into a comfortable jog, so I set my machine to a similar pace. How long have you been coming to the gym, Eric?
I think it's been a few years. It's small enough that it's never crowded, but they have all the equipment you would ever need.
He then nods over toward where Jonas is seated and stretching along with his son.
I can bring the mite along when he's with me and not with his mother.
And you give him to Jonas to babysit? I say with a teasing tone in my voice. Eric lets out a laugh before shaking his head.
He is obsessed with my kid. Ever since Jonas started tutoring him every 2 weeks, Lewis became attached to him, so whenever he sees Jonas, I get pushed into the background.
Jonas seems like a sweet guy, and he gives you a moment to work out peacefully. He chuckles again before slowing down to a slow walk. As we cool down, I notice the droplets of sweat running down his neck, getting caught on his tank top. Should I...
What do you think, Maddie?
Want to make a vote?
Keep looking.
I watch as more sweat drips down his neck, smaller droplets forming into rivulets. His muscles glisten as the sweat pours down his body. An amused cough breaks my concentration, and I look up to Eric smiling at me with a grin.
Everything alright, Vidioc?
He crosses his arms, making his biceps bulge larger.
You seem pretty red. Maybe you should take a break.
Just making sure to get a good look at the view. I smirk back. You know, to make sure I know the layout of the gym properly. Eric lets out a chortled laugh before nodding his head over to Lewis and Jonas.
Alright,
he says with a warm smile.
I need to go and check on Lewis. I'll catch up with you in a bit.
I smile as he walks off to have a swig of water. I take a quick look around the gym and notice that it's pretty empty despite the full car park. It made me wonder if people use the parking lot as a way to walk around the forest that surrounded the gym. I approach the weight machines, grab the 15s, and get settled on the bench. As I start doing some reps, I hear someone settle on the mat next to me. I look up to lock eyes with Andreas, the man from outside the gym.
Is that the guy from the starting
Maybe.
page? Yeah.
Hi, Andreas, right? He slowly studies me without saying anything, then simply nods his head. I pause for a second, unsure of whether to continue the conversation, but I decide to try one more time. I'm sorry about before, in the car park. For what, blocking the parking space or the doorway? Both? I say, uncertain of the right response. Andreas lets out a smirk. Boy, you sound unsure. I notice his smirking expression, so I assume he can't be too mad. Both. I'm apologizing for both. Andreas shakes his head in what appears to be a playful and exasperated tone. You really need to make what you are saying clearer. I'll try. Otherwise, no one will understand what you are saying, boy. Of course, yes, sir. I reply in a sort of mocking tone. Are you mocking me? Oh, of course not. I wouldn't dream of it. I tried to hide the small smile on my face by turning my head and pretending to look out of the window. Andreas goes to say something, but I see him shaking his head out of the corner of my eye. I'll forget about it this once. He walks over to the weight rack and grabs some barbells and begins to do some reps. As I watch him, I notice that whilst he isn't built up like Eric, by no means is he lacking in the muscle department. He is wearing tight shorts, which only shows off his strong thighs and calves. This is getting awkward, Jet.
Oh gosh.
I can't help but notice how tight his shorts are. Or, well, I should say, how well he fills out the front of his shorts. I start realizing that I have just been gawking at his package. I quickly start looking out of the window again and begin working on my reps. Before I can do more than 3 reps, Andreas places a hand on my shoulder, startling me a little. Boy, you're doing it wrong. Wrong? That's what I just said. He then grabs the barbell from my hand. If you do a bicep curl that way, you can end up pulling something. He then proceeds to do 2 curls slowly. Doing it this way prevents an injury and also allows you to get more reps in. He hands back the weight and then watches me for a second. Well? He crosses his arms with some impatience. Do a rep. I quickly sit up, trying to follow his example and face him. I start to do a rep, but he coughs, making me stop in my tracks. I just showed you how to do it, right? I straighten up my posture and try again. That's better, boy. He turns around and begins doing his own set again. Thank you, Andreas. He gives me a terse nod and I go back to my own workout. After about 10 minutes, I stop working out. Andreas is still pumping his barbell and shows no signs of stopping, so I quietly put the weights away and I go over to the mats next. Jonas looks up as I approach, giving me a friendly wave. He pats the mat next to him, so I settle down and try to copy his stretches. So you survived your tour? He lets out a cheeky grin. Eric takes his tour seriously. True, it was extremely detailed. I smile back. And I could say the same back to you. You lived through your play date? Lewis is a good kid. He brushes a hand through his hair. I tutor him when he is staying with Eric. That's nice of you. It's nothing, I really enjoy spending time with the kid. He looks over at Lewis with a soft smile. Plus, that kid is hilarious. I let out a small chuckle when suddenly I hear footsteps behind me, causing both Jonas and I to look up. Speak of the devil, and he shall appear. He gets up and walks over to Lewis, ruffling his hair. Were your ears burning? Okay, you do the kid.
Jonas, stop.
He pushes Jonas's hand away from his hair in annoyance.
Now you've gone and messed it up.
Who are you trying to impress? He gestures around the gym. There's no one here but us. Lewis starts to mumble, looking away with a defiant glare. Oh, so you do have a crush? He grins cheekily. Who is it this time? Samantha? Julie? Lewis turns a bright shade of red.
Her brother.
Who? Julie's brother? He playfully pokes Lewis in the chest. The older one that sometimes works out there? Here? There? Wherever? Eric, who had been walking up to them behind his son, starts laughing. That would be the one. He runs a hand through his hair. He made me stop and get hair gel on the way home yesterday. Said he had to look good for the gym.
Yeah, well, at least I don't let my hair flap around all over the place.
Jonah lets out a loud laugh. Well, he's got you there. And how old is this crush of yours? He's 18, but a good kid and a bit too old for Lewis. Lewis lets out a defiant snort.
We'll see about that in 10 years or so.
This makes both Jonas and I break out laughing as Eric stands there helplessly looking at his son, stuck between laughing and the horror of what was just said. The laughter must have been louder than we meant it to be as Andreas starts coming over. Jonas groans quickly under his breath. What's wrong? Nothing. He takes a quick glance over at Andreas, who is still out of earshot. He just has a thing for me at the moment. Eric lets out a small laugh. Just a small thing, huh? Come on, man. He raises his hands in the air helplessly. Andreas is very dominant, not my sort of guy. Doesn't stop him from bringing you presents. He quietens down as Andreas gets closer. I've never heard that word.
British?
Perhaps. I wonder what he's gotten you this time. I do read a lot of Potter, though.
True.
Jonas bites back a groan as Andreas gets within earshot. Do you two want to laugh any louder? Sorry, Andreas, we'll quiet down. Alright, boy, I'll take your word for it. His gaze goes from Jonas to me before he gives me a small nod and walks away again. That was it? He has a shocked expression on his face. He usually spends more time goading at us. Well, before he comes back, I'm going to head to the changing rooms. I'm also done for the day. I only came to sign up and do a short workout. Jonas and I head for the changing rooms together. The changing room looks rather sparse, but it seems pleasant enough for the short time I have to be here before and after my workouts. Hey, we should exchange numbers. It would be fun to work out with you again. Jonas whips out his phone and proceeds to enter my number before sending me a short text. My phone buzzes and I look down. It's an eggplant. Hey. Hi. You know you're meant to reply via text, right? That's the point of a text message. I got that. I grin. But you're right next to me, so I thought I'd save myself the effort. Well, if we aren't in the same place, it'd be nice to get a response via text. That's how texting works. Eric lets out a small chuckle from the background as Jonas sticks his tongue out at me. As we start to undress before heading into the showers, Andreas walks into the room. I give him... I saw that look. I give him a small nod while I continue pulling off my shorts. I'm trying not to stare too much at the others, especially since Lewis is in the changing room. Jonas, look at what I got for you. I catch Jonas furtively rolling his eyes at me before placing a fake-ass smile on his face. Andreas, I told you before, you don't have to keep getting me stuff. Yes, I do, and you should start wearing better brands. Here. Can't we do this after the shower? I mean, we're all standing around in our... No, here, open it. He hands Jonas a rounded white bag filled with clothing. Clearly, he got him more than a tank top then. Jonas sighs quietly and starts taking items out of the bag. It might not have been the best timing as we were all simply standing around in our boxers, but I guess we were all curious as to what Andreas bought for Jonas. Jonas lays the items out in order and suddenly Eric starts laughing. Really, Andreas, you bought the exact same outfit for him that you wear? Jonas simply stares at the outfit with wide eyes. I have good taste, so I got the store clerk to get me the same thing in different sizes. I can't help but let out a small chuckle at the thought. Andreas honestly doesn't see how this might bother Jonas.
Amazing.
Hey, thanks, but I can't accept this. Well, I paid for it now, so you might as well. Oh, it's not about the money, Andreas. He puts things back into the white bag and hands it to him. I just wouldn't wear any of it. Andreas' lips tighten, but he doesn't argue and just nods his head. There's a moment of awkward silence before Eric and I make eye contact and he motions in the direction of the shower. I'm going to go shower. Me too. Louis, don't leave the changing rooms, alright? Louis lets out a small noise of agreement, too engrossed in whatever video game device he is currently playing on. We then head to the shower. Sorry, I missed the line.
It happens.
The shower doesn't have... What?
I was playing a visual novel last night on my iPad. The cat Teddy, Gaba's cat, just comes running over, starts tapping my screen. I'm sitting there like, ma'am, I'm missing half the story here. Apparently the cat likes
That should be a video
novels.
series, playing visual novels with my cat.
Maybe.
Anyway, the shower area doesn't have individual cubicles, so we each stand under a shower head. Before we can say anything, Andreas comes over and starts to use the facility himself. Might turn that volume down just a little bit.
Alright.
It cranked up there.
How do you feel about public showers?
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Me either.
I mean, unless it's like a porn video.
Oh gosh. The only thing I was thinking about, or I think about when I think of changing rooms, public showers, that sort of situation, is 6th grade and how much I hated that for dance class.
Anyway, I turn on the shower and start to rub some shampoo into my hair. As I started to rinse the shampoo out of my hair, I noticed that it just kept foaming up. I paused for a second before going back in and scrubbing harder. It wasn't until I heard the sounds of a few giggles that I stopped and looked around. Eric and Jonas were standing next to each other laughing, each holding a bottle of shampoo. Did you both just... They both just carry on laughing, this time holding on to each other. Even Andreas is standing in the corner smirking. Well, if that's how you want to play it. I reached behind me and grabbed a loofah that had already been in the shower when we stepped into it. Oh, no, don't throw that at me! He then tries to hide behind Eric's bulky form. That thing has been here since the dawn of time, don't touch it! Before they have a chance to react, I throw it in their direction. However, due to the slipperiness of the shower floor, I end up slipping a little and the loofah hits Andreas square in the jaw. He stares at me in shock, looking down at the loofah and back up at my sheepish expression. They really like that word, don't they? Can't they learn some other adjectives?
What would you replace sheepish with?
Coy.
Yeah.
Shy.
In that situation,
Embarrassed.
though?
Okay, but we've used sheepish 3 times already.
Yeah.
The other two are not helping and are simply doubled over laughing.
A very sheepish person, apparently.
I am so... Hush, boy. With a stern look, he reaches down and picks the loofah up. I can't believe you threw this. At me? I didn't mean to. Right, you were aiming for those two. He gives them a small smirk. Let me help you with that. And with that, he launches the loofah straight into the two. It hits Eric in the face and then bounces off and falls into Jonas' head. This causes Jonas to let out a high-pitched squeal, causing both Andreas and I to burst out laughing. I didn't realize you could make that sort of noise, Jonas. Jonas lets out an indignant grunt, and as he reaches for his shampoo and fiercely scrubs at his hair. Yeah, that "and" was not necessary. There should have been something more coming after that. Jonas lets out an indignant grunt, and as he reaches for his shampoo and fiercely scrubs at his hair, he does something.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you take out the "and." Jonas lets out an indignant grunt as he reaches for his shampoo and fiercely scrubs at his hair.
Okay, welcome to Grammar Lessons with Maddie.
That thing has so many germs, I don't even want to think about it. He turns to glare at the pair of us. And you threw that at me? I mean, it was your idea for the shampoo prank. Hey, you're meant to be on my side. He pokes Eric in the chest. Stop defending his actions. Thanks, Andreas. I grin at him. You've got a good arm there.
Just a little payback on my part as well. We finish up in the shower room and head back into the changing room. There she is.
Oh yeah, the kid. What were y'all doing in there?
Lewis gives us a weird look.
It was louder than the kids at recess at school.
Haha, I doubt that. He ruffles his son's hair. If I remember, it was you who got in trouble last time for causing a racket.
I didn't say I wasn't part of it.
And with that, he sticks his tongue out at his dad. Eric gives him an affectionate smile and finishes packing his clothes. As we head out of the changing rooms and back into the main gym area, the guys stop me. I know you already swapped numbers with Jonas, but let me give you mine. He holds his hand out and I hand him my phone. If you ever want to work out or hang, shoot me a text. Yeah, this has gone a lot more smoothly than I thought. I smile. I had fun today. As Eric hands me my phone back, Andreas reaches over and grabs it. Hey, he needs my number as well. I'd love to have your number. Thanks, I say with a smirk. Don't sass me, boy. I am doing you a favor here. Yeah, definitely British. Or Canadian.
Yeah?
He then gives me my phone with all 3 new numbers saved.
Amazing.
Mom.
Yep.
That reminds me of Boyfriend Dungeon. Dylan and I did the roguelike / dating sim.
Mm-hmm.
There's a mom character in it, but you can choose to turn it off too.
Nice. I was going to say I don't think there's any mom characters in visual novels, but my favorite one technically has your mom in it.
My mom?
No, the character, the player's mom.
I understood. I place the phone in my back pocket and go to say goodbye when suddenly the lights start flickering. Eric grabs hold of Lewis and brings him closer whilst kneeling close to the ground. The others follow shortly, with Jonas pulling me down. What is happening? Don't worry, it will be over soon. The room starts shaking and the desk clerk yells out.
So much shaking.
Earthquake! I grip Jonas tightly while I take a look around. The room is shaking but nothing is falling over. Everything remains stable but I can feel the tremors. I try to speak but nothing comes out. How can the others not be worried? They're simply crouching and... talking? Why are they not panicking? I can feel the pressure building up inside and then I start falling backwards. What kind of game did you get me into? Oh shit! And he's passed out. Ellipses. Ellipses plus. Ellipses plus plus. I wake up to something cool being placed on my forehead. Hey, sleepyhead. Why am I laying on the mats? I take a quick look around. What happened and why... I stop mid-sentence. Right in front of me are 3 glimmering... holes? In the middle of the room? Eric notices where I am staring and takes a short breath. You can see those? They're pretty fucking hard to miss. I sit up startled. The fuck is going on? You can see the portals? Portals? I point at them. Those big shimmering things? Yep, that'll be the portals. Like magical shit type portals? You swear a lot when you're in shock, don't you?
Reasonably.
He says with a grin. I can't believe you can see them. Only a few of us that come here can. This has happened before? Yeah, this gym is on the same plane as another world, and sometimes when the two get too close, the portals open up. Usually when something is amiss in the other world. And considering there are 3 portals, I'd say that we take 1 each. The others let out a short sigh. I was hoping to get home early tonight. I was really looking forward to your chicken casserole. Sorry, what? I stare at them, stunned. You were going to go through those things? Yep. Someone has to. It's part of the gym contract you signed. Andreas is wearing a smirk. The question is, who will you be joining? You want me to go with you? I gesture widely to the portals. Are you insane? That's not a bad idea. He can go with one of us and get to know the Automile a bit. Eric nods his head in agreement. So who will it be? He places an arm around my shoulders. Who do you want to go with? Me, perhaps? Or Jonas? Maybe Andreas?
Who are we going with?
It's your call.
My call.
Sure, why not? I'm doing all the voices. You can make a decision.
Let's go. Let's go Eric.
And I just ran out of water.
I'm sorry.
You're safe with me. Let's go. This is the end of the first workout of Gym Beasts. I hope you enjoyed your time playing. It's unclear when there will be a full game, but I am working on a Kickstarter. See you soon. In the gym. I'm not sure why I did that in the video voice.
I don't know either.
Well, that was something.
That's where that ends.
It really does feel like Boyfriend Dungeon, though, with the portals opening up.
Kind of.
Is Eric going to turn into a battle axe?
Oh gosh, battle axe Eric.
Alright, well, I thought we were just getting going.
I know.
I didn't get to fuck anybody, I didn't get to fight anybody, what the hell?
That's interesting.
It's interesting.
For sure.
It's British and gay as fuck.
Definitely. But I like
Nothing wrong with either one of those
I
things.
definitely hope there's more, and I look forward to there being more.
Alright, well, if there is more, we may give it a shot.
Definitely.
You can give it a shot at itch.io. We'll put a link to it in the description.
Yep.
And if we do more of it, make sure you come back then to check it out. And in the meantime, please check out all the other videos we bring to you. But hey, I don't have to tell you all how to YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we'll be back with more Vidiocy before you know it. But for now, I'm Maddie.
Alex, Lexi, name, insert name here.
And until next time, we'll Vidiocy you. Peace out, y'all.
Bye!
Thank you for watching. Now we invite you to do all that good stuff. Comment, subscribe, like. Just letting you know, not trying to be rude. I don't have to tell you how to YouTube. But please tune in for the next show. We'll be back with more Vidiocy before you know. For Maddie and Dylan, etc. at all, we will Vidiocy you. Peace out, y'all.